Alright, this is Solaris Nights Part 1. As you can see, this is Pluto, the blue Solaris Night. His powers are water based, and he can control a water element, and he can create ice. And moving on, this is Mars, the red planet. Actually, he's not actually a planet. He is born from the red planet, but his powers are heat based, not fire, but heat based, and he can use it at will. He can heat his body temperature up to the sun, high as the sun, and his gem is diamond shaped. Moving on to Venus. Venus, the green Solaris Night. She has earth powers, earth abilities. She can manipulate the ground beneath her. She can use it to whatever she wants to. She can bend metal, and hers is a circle gem. Moving on to Saturn. Saturn is sort of a lion type character. He's hyperactive, and he's energetic. He wants to fight, do battle and stuff, which he likes to fight his teammates so much. And he has the telepathy and mind-bending powers. Moving on to Uranus and Jupiter. These two are brothers. They both have amazing abilities, and they can use the moon, half moons, and diamond attack. They have the power of telepathy also, and they can read your mind, and they can see the future. When the twist is they have to make contact with you in order to read your mind. His brother is a little different. He can read your mind by looking at you. He can study you. First he studies you, then he can read your mind. Moving on. Onyx, the white Solaris Knight. As you can tell, he's a laid back character. He doesn't do much. He just sits back and watches the others do it. His abilities are unknown. Moving on. Jade and Emerald. These two are fused together. They're bonded, but not forever. They can be unbonded. You just have to know how to separate them. But these two are sisters, and they were born like that. The right eye is Jade, and the left eye is Emerald. And their eyes are the gems, as you can see. Left, right. Moving on. The orange Solaris Knight. Tivo. He's a general in the natural order of the planet. They live on individual planets around a massive sun. It's neutral, hot and cold. It's basically sometimes hot, sometimes cold. Moving on. Merit, the purple Solaris night. She really doesn't. There's really not a lot to say about her. She really doesn't engage in battle, not unless she has to. Her powers are unknown. As of this point, her powers are unknown up until the comic. Baron, the yellow Solaris night. As you can see, skin yellow. He's a knight. These things on his wrist give him the ability of gravity, give him the ability to harness gravity, and he doesn't see with his eyes. He has a sixth sense. Like he's really at 5. He has a sixth sense. He can see without seeing. Moving on. Violet. The Violet Solaris Knight. She's a queen on the planet of the Violet Solaris Knights. She's a queen, and she's basically, she does most of the leading, and the followers, they follow and do whatever they do best. Moving on. Orb, goddess of destruction. She's also a Solaris Knight. Her powers are unknown at this point too. Her powers are unknown. Moving on. Crane. The mixed Solaris Knight. As you can see, his powers are metal based. He has metal based powers. He can only move metal materials, none else. And his suit is made out of carbon fiber, and his glasses are made out of a very hard plastic. Carmen, the mix. He's also mixed. His comrade. He's a very curious character. I would say he really isn't too much of a fighting character. He sit back and calculate, look, and develop a way to defeat you. And his gem gives him the ability to see through your moves, to keep up with you at that God speed, basically. Moving on. Nordic Orb. She's a blue goddess. She owns her own planet. She has a blue diamond shaped orb in her chest. As you can see, she has a jewel, blue earrings, blue colored hair, and as you can tell, she's not from Earth. She owns her own planet, and basically she's like the other one, Violet. Moving on. Sonic's orb. Her powers are fire based. Fire, heat, and plasma base. She is the red Solaris Knight. She's also an orb, different type Solaris Knight. She basically can melt you without even getting close to you. Moving on. Anubis. He is one of the creators of the Solaris world. He had a hand in creating them. Moving on. Heron. He's also mixed. He's part white. He's part onyx. He's part Mars. And he's part water-based Solaris. As you can see, red, white, blue, purple. He's also mixed. He is a general in the Solaris order. He helps the orbs get their word out and make sure everyone does what they're supposed to be doing. Tangent. He's not exactly a Solaris Knight. He's one of their he's basically an overlord. He has a orb, like a orb, but he's not. He's an overlord. He was a big major part of their lives. That's one of their enemies. Tangent. Prism. Green Solaris orb. She's not a queen. She's a princess. She's older. She's about 30 foot tall, and she's a general. She leads the army, Solaris army. Fire, orange orb. She's an ancient Solaris Knight. She goes way back before any of them were created. She's one of the ancient ones. That's yet to come in the comic. Solaris Knights 501. Ocarina, the purple Solaris orb. She's an ancient, just like her sister. She's an ancient one, and she has part of her orb is chipped off. Part of it's 2 parts missing. It's 2 parts chipped off. She is an ancient Solaris Knight, and she's gonna come later like her sister. Ontron. She's a gray orb. She's a queen. She rules her own planet too, just like her sister. And she's an ancient. She's an ancient. Unlike her sister, she's an ancient, as you can tell by the markings on her face and hood. She has unlimited power, and that's yet to come in the comic. Alright. Well, that wraps that up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.